Hola from the west side. It is me, DC, the Purple Diva. And welcome to Not So Random Chat. Happy Monday, y'all. I hope everybody had a good weekend. I hope that everyone had a good Monday as well. It was a great weekend for your girl, DC. I did a little working on content, not quite finished. A vlog that I'm working on to do a review of this steel drum, because I'm also recovering the case that it came in with some African material. And yeah, I'm still working on that. It's not dry, so I can't finish the video, that kind of stuff. And then I think I want to put a little trimming around it. So yeah, I'm an artsy girl. I'm being, so I think I just want to do a couple of things. The fabric that was on the case, that's the steel drum you guys heard right there, is, I don't know, it looked kind of Southwestern, or, like with cactus, and I think it had llamas on it. I don't know. Or horses. I'm not sure. Hey, T-Million. Happy Monday. Happy New Year. I don't think I've seen you. I don't know if I've seen you since New Year's. Did you see everything that went down in my hometown last week on Wednesday? A lot of people haven't really seen the pictures and everything of the crazy people scaling the side of the terraces to the Capitol. But, I don't want to be a messenger of doom or anything, but I just think people need to be careful for a minute right now, because those folk, there's other stuff that's been going on since then. Like even here in California, little incels of these insurrection people. I believe down in San Diego, like the mayor is like not about to have it. So I'm just thinking that, unfortunately, I'd say at least between now and this man gets out of office, either via Article 25 of the Constitution, resignation, impeachment, or they just let the clock run out. I think it's going to be a very tense time in this country. I just think that what happened on Wednesday, I'm sorry, I'm like down picking something up off the floor, y'all, so sorry for a second. I'm like trying to be so cool, and I'm dropping things. But anyway, I think the stuff that happened on Wednesday is not going to be all we see. And I think that what happened on Wednesday also really speaks to where our country is, and where people are confusing patriotism with white nationalism. Or maybe I'm a little, maybe I'm the one who's confusing it. Because you see, the way that the country was started was not for all men to be created equal or to be treated equal. Certainly not us. And so this is just another example of that privilege that some people think that they have. But rest assured, each and every person that they catch, oh, and they are going to catch them. These folk going to jail. So, and personally, I think that I don't think that there's going to be any type of impeachment within this time, because Mitch McConnell's not going to let it happen in the Senate. The House can do their articles of impeachment and all of that, but it's just going to kind of lay wait. And I think that what's going to end up happening is they're going to impeach him after the fact. If, in fact, they do not, Mr. Pence does not invoke the 25th Amendment. Because I don't, the other possibility of Mr. Trump actually resigning, well, I honestly don't think that's going to happen. But I do believe that our country is being run by a madman who is unhinged right now, and that's kind of scary for some of us. Even if it's just for a few more days, it's kind of a little scary. Yeah, Pence is he doesn't want to invoke the 25th Amendment, because I think that Mr. Pence, in the back of his mind, is thinking that he can distance himself from this entire nightmare and run in 4 years against Kamala or Mr. Biden. One second, you guys. Let me see what the heck is going on. I'm like hearing this weird noise behind me. What are you doing? Yeah, that's what I thought. My son, y'all. So, I'm just not really sure how this is going to all play out. But I would say, as I have been saying to all, Americans, if you can, with all due diligence and expeditially, exercise your Second Amendment rights. Protect yourself. Make sure that your house is protected. And I don't know about where you guys are, but here, at least in the county that I'm in California, they're talking about some of these tests are giving false negatives. And if they're giving false negatives, that means they may be giving false positives. Because think about it, you guys. They're doing the same kinds of stuff that they were doing for testing it, that they were doing from the beginning. I don't know what they're looking for, but they're missing it in some cases. And you've got people getting false positives. So they think they're seeing it in other cases. and then somebody thinks that they're positive, and they're not, and then they go around people, and then they may be around people that are actually positive, and then they actually get it. It's a scary thing, you guys, in regards to that. But you know what? I'm not half as concerned about the pandemic, although it is very important, as I am about the country that I was born and raised in. And people trying to, overthrow the government via a coup d'etat. The same thing that happened when JFK was assassinated, a takeover of the government. But y'all don't hear me though. There's this document, there's this movie out. It came out a while ago with Kevin Costner in it, playing the district attorney in New Orleans, who later became a judge. But this is while he was the district attorney of New Orleans, back in the 60s. He's the only person who did a case. Hey, Miss Mahogany. Good evening, sis. Watch the call. Oh, I'm going to have to watch that one. But this is one where Kevin Costner he plays the DA of New Orleans, who was the only person who tried to bring criminal charges against there being a conspiracy in the assassination of JFK. And in fact, Lee Harvey Oswald did not, in fact, shoot him. It was emphatically impossible for him to have done it, and that it was paid assassins. And this was all about that he did not want us to go to Vietnam, and he had not invaded Cuba. He did not want us at war. And other factions did. And they knew that if they got rid of him, they would get their way, which is what they got. Which is also why we only got a voting act in 1964. But you don't hear me, though. Y'all don't hear me, though. Y'all don't hear me. Y'all don't hear me. So, the fact that this kind of craziness is going on right now doesn't surprise me. But you guys, what happened in DC was not all that was going on. Everything was focused on what was happening in DC. But there are little cells of these people all over the country, okay, doing the same stuff. And it appears that they're trying to do stuff all the way up until the inauguration. And 45, their mouthpiece, has been silenced on social media. And no, he doesn't have Paula right now either, because Google suspended it as well. So right now he basically has no voice. Because if he tries to tweet via the White House's official account, they delete his tweets. So that's a good thing and that's a bad thing. Because there is still stuff going on. Do you guys really think that these people were able to just get in there if there wasn't some other help? I'm not suggesting that it was Mr. Pence, but of course, he wasn't the one objecting. to electoral votes. As a matter of fact, 45 hasn't spoken to Mr. Trump, to Mr. Pence since Mr. Pence refused to do the illegal activities that he wanted him to do, that he had no power to do. Okay? Hey, Miss Pamela. He has not talked to him. And he told him that he was not his friend. He didn't think he could be his friend anymore. That's what Mr. Trump told him. This is how a 75-year-old man who we're watching spiral out in front of us, who, let's not forget, still has those codes. Still has those codes, y'all. I wonder if they can change them without him knowing right now. But unfortunately, with him still being president, he is still the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. Oh, and if you're in a major city, you might start seeing, I don't know, National Guards, stuff beefing up right now, between now and the 20th. So I'm going to just say this to all my friends and family in YouTube land. I would say between this week and next week, be very careful. Be prepared. Be prepared. Be prepared to be inside a lot. And so is 19. Yeah. $45 is, y'all. I mean, he has already solidified his place in history as being the worst president that we ever had because of what happened on Wednesday. He's already solidified that. Can't rewrite that stuff. Can't make that go away. Can't blame that on the Democrats. That whole situation lies squarely at his doorstep. And so my question is, he may have given a voice to it, but it was already there within the Republican Party. And keep in mind, a few years ago, we had all that Tea Party stuff going on. Remember that stuff? And doing that Tea Party stuff, you had some people, who kind of went into some of these little smaller groups. Now, it appeared that what the Tea Partiers were doing at the beginning was better, but as we can see, it rolled back to the same old. But seriously, they're going to have to go and reinvent themselves. And if they're going to continue with this delusion that this man, that by some miracle, they're going to have this man trying to come back in 4 years. Now, see, here's the thing. Even though, he's the worst president in history, he will still have security once he leaves, Secret Service for the rest of his life. Mr. Pence will not. And some of these crazies who, they were coming, they make no mistake, they were going in there to try to get him to do what he did not have the legal power to do. Didn't y'all see homeboy waltzing through the rotunda with the Confederate flag? Felt like the Union and the Confederate, don't it feel like we live in two countries? Like the North and the South? Because there's a certain faction of our country that still sees people with melanin, and especially those of us with deep melanin, as less than. And this was supposed to be their white paradise. And if we were here, we were only here to serve them. And you have people who saw and still see 45 as their savior. That's following a man and not God. You people who claim that you guys, that's putting, country before God. It's supposed to be God and country, not the other way around. But it's like what happened was like a cult. It was like a mob mentality. And do you guys not know that the exact laws that 45 put in place to go after Black Lives Matter and people who were out there marching truly for Black lives and against police brutality, those exact laws are going to be the ones that are going to get all of these people who are in DC and trampled on our nation's capital in jail. Those that were supposed to be for people with melanation, because of course we're the ones who are supposed to act in this manner, correct? It's us. But it's not. And he made them think that it was okay to be like this and to act this way. Don't forget that a lot of these people that were there, their hobbies are shooting and hunting. Y'all hear what I said? Their hobbies are shooting and hunting. A lot of them. And so are their children's. You know, 45, you know, his, you know, this has made these people think that it's okay for them to be to do what they've been doing. Let me see what you guys are saying. Let's see what you guys are saying. They will be filing charges against a lot of you participated. Let's see. Yep, there you go. Let me see. Well, he ain't doing nothing right for me, but I'm not going to say that the one that's coming into office, T Million, is going to be doing anything for us either. I will say that there are some people of color who may have benefited during these 4 years. So maybe they're not in a worse situation than they were 4 years ago. Because we had, I don't know, just come out of a freaking recession, but now we're back in one because of a global pandemic. So let's see. And, the Dems' idea to fix the problem is to throw money at it. So we'll see how that works. Because isn't 46 to be elect? Isn't his he's talking about trillions of dollars? Got Wall Street very happy right now. That's their answer is to fix the problem that way. Hey, Terry. So, we're going to see what happens, but they have arrested over 80 people. But I don't think that everyone was surprised by Wednesday. I think we were just surprised by it. Or maybe we weren't. I knew something was going to happen. I had no idea that it was going to be to that extent. As I said, I believe that there was obviously some inside help. How else can you explain them being allowed through the barricade? But shouts out to the black Capitol Police officer who steered the rioters away from where people were hiding. Shouts out to him. Well, for those of you who might have, who wish, I know you better stop it. Sorry, y'all. But somebody acting up. And I might have to go on mute for a second, go have a conversation. Seriously. You better get it together. So, what was I saying? So, God, there was something I wanted to ask you, Terry, and I can't even remember what it was now. Shoot. It's going to come to me when I'm not on live. Because I wanted to get your take on some of the stuff. Oh, yeah. This coup d'etat. Oh, no. This is what I wanted to get your input, Terry. What do you think about what's going on? What we had talked about last year about, there being a block, a trading block within Africa where they're going to be trading only among themselves. My understanding is that they have started such a trading block, especially doing with what's going on now within the pandemic. And you have countries like Ghana. I didn't see all of, I think Nigeria is involved in it, Kenya. But what do you think about that? What do you think about them putting together that block? I thought that was, I was like, Terry was right. They are trying to put it together. They are trying to put it together. Did you hear about that? I heard about it over the weekend. I don't remember which YouTube channel it was on. It was on one of the YouTube channels. They had a news story about it. I'm sure it was one of the African ones that I subscribed to. I just don't remember which one. Or it's one that came up. No, it came up in my recommendations. It's not a channel that I subscribe to. But apparently they were giving the news about what's going on over on the continent. And then I went on TV, checked one of the continental channels that I can find on cable, and just did a little bit of, so it looks like that's what's going on right now. Oh yeah, I saw that Hangman's Gallows. Wonder who that was for. Who are they trying to lynch? Who are they trying to lynch? We've already had black men being hung from trees in 2020. We're not doing this. We're not doing that in 2021. We're not doing that in 2021, y'all. We'll see did you guys also hear, I guess that the PGA had one of their golf events that was scheduled to be at Trump's golf course in New Jersey. I believe it was going to be there in 2022. Next year, they have canceled it being there because of this stuff. So he's already losing money after he's, before he even leaves office on a personal level in his business, which I also heard. I heard, we've all heard that, their old money ain't stretching so well these days because he wasn't able to do certain things that he thought he was going to be able to do when he was president, because he thought he was going to have another 4 years, but he don't. So lawsuits that were going to go against Trump Corporation and Mr. Trump prior to, they're just waiting until 120. But the reason that I think that even if they aren't able to do the impeachment of him, that they're going to go forward with it after the fact under the next administration, is because they don't want this man to be able to hold a public office again, ever. See, if he's not impeached, he can run for office again. Sure can. That's the only way he can't. Don't y'all understand? Don't y'all see? Don't y'all know that's the reason why Bill Clinton was a one-term president? Because he was impeached. He couldn't run for president again. He couldn't. Ever. And that's what some people want from Mr. Trump. So even though It may seem silly to a lot of us of why they're going through this when they know that there's no way that it's going to happen under the current Senate because Mitch McConnell's not going to let it happen. The House is probably going to go forward with what they're doing unless by some miracle Mr. Pence invokes the 25th Amendment. Because I already told y'all, the third option of Mr. Trump quitting, resigning, like, I am not a crook. It's not going to happen. He's riding this out to the end. Because he without the impeachment, no asterisks or anything are by him. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but that's the purpose of this little show that's going on in the House of Representatives. They're dotting their I's and crossing their T's in the event they have to do this with the next administration, so they'd be ready. Because, I didn't know that you could, that the timing doesn't have to be when the person's in the office, but I guess because of this happening at the end of his term, and because of the, treasonous, I don't even know any other way to say it, the treasonous way that this appeared. Yeah, I could understand why they're doing the things that they're doing. Because for many people, what happened on Wednesday cancels out everything that he may have done that they may have felt was good prior to that. I just think that it did. I think that it canceled it out for many people. Let's see what you guys are saying. Well, here's the thing, T Million. In regards to Mr. Pence, I don't think that he's going to do it because he does not want to be President Pence like this. He doesn't. It still would be with the stain of, who he's the vice president for. So I think that, some people may try to convince Mr. Trump to resign. I think that he is weighing his options right now because I do think that he knows that some type of legal activities await him upon his exit from the White House. Let's see if you guys are talking about. How do you know that, T Million? I don't think that that's true. I do believe that Mr. Trump has taken his $250,000 a year salary as president. It may be more than that, but I do believe he's taken the salary. Yeah, I don't think that that's true. Yeah, I think he's taken the salary. Yeah, I don't think that's true that he's not taking the salary. I think he's taking the salary. He's taking whatever the presidential salary is. He's taking it. along with all of the other stuff that's being charged to, the country. I mean, every time he goes to Florida, we're paying for it. Every time he stays in his properties in Florida, we're paying for that because the president of the United States is staying there. So the American people are paying him, paying for his stay in his own property, which he would stay free of charge if he was not president. Just, whatever. Anyone who thought this man was going to go away quietly, well, that's not happening. I'm telling you, he's quiet right now. But I just can't, honestly, maybe he's just going to say nothing and just leave. But I doubt it. His fan base won't let him. He's got to do something. And his narcissism won't let him. He's got to do something. He's got to do something, y'all. Okay, so you said it's controlled by 9 primary nations outside of Africa and 8 foreign monetary zones. So this is still the same thing. Even though they're going to be trading between this country, they're not going to benefit from the money. Others are going to still benefit from it. Well, that's not good. Then it does. They got to kick the other. They would have to kick all of the other interests out, and they still have to get their own monetary system. At least one that is accepted on the majority of the continent and can go from country to country. Similar to the European euro. But, what do I know? I just see that if they do it that way, that's still not leading them to the road of being decolonized. They're still colonized. So they're still not free. They still think they still are not free, Sad. Still not going to be free. Let's see what you guys are saying. Yeah. Nobody, all I know is there is some agenda that we don't know about as the general public. And you still have, even with what happened, you still have ones who are trying to defend the craziness. It's just, there's no way to defend it. Let me see what you're saying, Terry. Yeah, but the thing is that they're making it look like it's, but if it's not going to be a real African continental government that is, so basically, if you still have those same countries like France. This is how France is able to give the French citizens so much money every month during the pandemic. It's off of the backs of Africans. siphoning money out of there into and putting it into the French coffers. Wait 1 second, you guys. Let me mute for 1 second. I'll be right back. It'll be right back. I'm back, guys. I'm back. The whole West Sphere. Yeah, I'm sure the United States is somewhere in there. Tell you, we got our country has so many sins to pay for. That is why all this stuff is happening to this country. You know, and you got to think about it. If you think about it from this perspective, we're not a very old country. We're what, 400 and we're like 200, 300 and something years old. It'll be 300 years in 2076. So we're under 300 years old. We're like 200 and something, close to 275. No, not even that. 225, somewhere in there. So yeah. No, it's got to be more than that because 1976 was 200. Yeah, so we're like in the 250-ish range. But we're not an old country, you guys. And these same kind of things have happened in other countries. How many people have seen that viral IG video from former governor of California, Arnold Schwarzenegger? Have you guys seen that video? If you have not seen that video, I implore you to go look at it. He's telling some real. He compared this to the day of broken glass. And he talked about, the Austrian government when he lived in Austria. And all of the stuff going on there and how this was very similar to that kind of stuff. But this tells you that, in my opinion, this president does not have he has not an honor for this country. It's not about love of this country or, love of the people in this country. It's just about him and how he looks. Because, here's the thing. They keep talking about all these conspiracies. Can't nobody find them. Okay, if there really was a conspiracy, and eventually that stuff will come out. Won't come out in time for them to overthrow the government and give him another 4 years, but maybe it'll come out in 50 years from now, around the same time that the entire Warren report from back in 1963, when that comes out. Okay, that's coming out in 2039. 70 something years from when it happened. I think it's 76 years. Something crazy. Yeah. Then we'll get to find out what was all the stuff that was in those papers. But I encourage you guys to go watch that movie with Kevin Costner. I'll have to find out the name of it. I'll let you guys know on the next live. Let me see what time it is. How long have I been on? Let's see you guys. All right, so let me come on camera for the rest of the show. I'm not getting ready to get off yet, but I'm gonna come on camera so you guys can see my hair. Hey everybody. Hey y'all. Like my new hair. I did it yesterday. I'm such a girl about hair. Sorry. But yeah, I did this yesterday. I told you it's gonna still be purple. Still purple. But instead of it being twisted, if you did see my morning video, these are braids. It's all braided. And see, now this hair, a lot of people, they do that crocheting stuff where, you know, they braid their hair down into like whatever, however many, and then they crochet it with a hook. And I ain't got time. I'm not doing all that. I like my hair being braided. I like it this way because it looks like, you know, curly braids. That's what you guys were saying. But so I did this yesterday. I used, for anyone who's interested, like 4 packs of the hair. And I think that, you know, each one of the packs of the hair, like each one was like a fourth of my head. Basically. Almost. Although I used more in the back than I did in the front. I used more in the back than I did in the front. Which is weird because, at least to me, my hair in the front is a lot thicker. But it just ended up not being as many braids. But I think it's just as thick, and I just have it like pulled back today. But I can pull it up, you guys. Pull it up and pull all the curls up out of the way into like a ponytail. Oops. It's in my eyes. All those different things. But yeah, this took me a few hours. But like when I'm doing my braids, it's a day thing because that means I've taken them down. I'm washing my hair, and if I'm coloring my hair, you add me washing that gray out in there, and then after I do all of that, then I let my hair air dry to a certain point, and then I braid. Because I think I finished really late last night, but I was also stopping. I stopped to eat. I stopped to listen to somebody on, you know, I was listening to folk on YouTube, and for whatever reason while I'm listening, sometimes I don't braid quite as fast, but these weren't as hard to do. I mean, they didn't take as long to do as if I was doing the braids all the way down to the ends. I only braided it down to basically the end of my hair. Yeah, and then, and I know it doesn't look like it, you know, but like my hair is like right here, right there. But like when if I take the braids out, it, you know, it falls like about right here, curly. And then if I pull it straight, then it's like right here, long. Yeah. Not all black women have short hair. I just like my hair being braided. It's easy. It's easier for me, as a natural girl. But don't get it twisted. I wear my hair out every once in a while, and it's curls. Maybe I'll post a picture on my IG of my hair, before I braided it yesterday or after I took the braids out. Yeah, between the two sets. And you see, it's just my hair's kind of wavy and curly, and a mixture of the two. It's a mixture of the two. Wavy some places, curly other places. It's like a mixture. Let's see. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Thank you, Miss Pamela. Y'all having a political conversation in the down there. I don't know what y'all talking about. I was trying to keep up with it, and then I lost y'all. I did. I did. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. I found out that as of January 1st, they did a company-wide. No, yeah, we did. We got company-wide raises. So I got a raise. It's going to be on my next check. I didn't even know it until today. And it was showing in my, my HR stuff. I went and looked. It wasn't like I had to sign anything. No, it's just there. And it just says it's effective with that. There was some video that went around the company. I was happy about that, y'all, because last year they was taking money from us. Now they giving money to us. I gotta love that part. Let me see. Is my son? Are you down here, Dave? No, he's not down here. Dave, do you want to come down and say goodbye? Are you acting right now? He was down here. I'm not about to wait for him forever, y'all. I'm not about to wait for him forever. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and let me drink the rest of my juice. Oh, here he comes. Are you coming? Hurry up. It's juice in here. I don't have time to wait for him. He's taking so long, y'all. Hey, uppity. You stayed up. You're up late tonight, sis. You're up late. But I should have my next vlog. Hopefully it'll be up tomorrow. I'll let y'all see this. It's going to be on this. It's a steel drum. And I covered the bag with African material. It's still drying. Because instead of sewing it on, I glued it on. So it's over there. So I still got to finish it. I put the trim around it. And it'll be in the video tomorrow. I don't think he's coming, y'all. So I tried to give David time to come down and come on. Y'all will have to tell him that on Wednesday. Now, see, today is what? Today is the 11th. Oh, so Wednesday, y'all, is Delta Sigma Theta Founders Day. Oh, it's our Founders Day. Oh, here's David. Say hi. And he's already ready for bed. Okay, son, I see you. Wednesday is our Founders Day. I like my mask, my Delta mask. And it's got it in 95 on inside of it. Y'all see the little thing? But Wednesday is our Founders Day. So yeah, I'm gonna have to do something. I will definitely, maybe I will upload a spoken word on Wednesday. I have a poem that I wrote. It's called To Be a Delta Girl. I will definitely upload that. And I may, I'll definitely upload that on Wednesday. But I'm gonna get ready to get off of here, you guys, because your girl DC is tired. I am sleepy. I don't know what's wrong with me, but I'm sleepy tonight. So let me get it together. I will see you guys on Wednesday. But you'll see me tomorrow when I do my upload. Hopefully tomorrow they won't turn the comments off. What was that about? I think it's because I use these voices on mine, and sometimes they think that it's a kid in my video. I'm just distorting my voice. There's no kid. It's just me. All right, you guys, I'm going to get out of here. Until then, I offer you guys peace and blessings from the West Side. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Peace.